How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I'm going to be getting into some Showdown. I'm going to talk a little bit about how to kind of skip all the way to the end on Stage 1 Showdown or Stage 2 Showdown. So with that being said, if you notice in this screenshot, the difficulty is back on Veteran for Stage 1 Showdowns. This is for all the divisions as well. I ended up completing it one time here by skipping all the way to the end, and now I'm going to show you all how I'm going to do that a second time. I did this all on my Twitch live stream just a little bit ago. I was streaming for a couple of hours trying to unlock my 20th Future Star card this year. I'm going for Evan White, and the reason why I'm trying to unlock these cards is I'm trying to prepare for Stage 3 Team Affinities. I feel like those will be released within the next couple of weeks, towards the end of this month, whether it's in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I think we will see those cards. So I'm trying to prepare for Stage 3. As we are completing this draft here, I'll go ahead and hide my face cam so that way you guys can take a look at the PCI placement. I'll also provide a good amount of tips for this Showdown. I think that the main thing is getting off to an early start, getting a couple base hits in a row, getting the pitcher's confidence down, taking a lot of pitches, as well as being very precise with your PCI placement and swinging with your swing timing when you're doing this. So with that being said, I did fail this a couple times, and I will talk a little bit about and provide an example of me failing this and things to avoid when you are going to do this. So the example that I have for you all in this video is a Showdown that will consist of a lot of ups and downs. So let me go ahead and hide the face cam. We're going to adjust the batting lineup, skip all the way to the end, and get right into it. I will also link a couple Showdown videos in the comment section down below. I did this most recent method down by 15 runs with 20 outs remaining. I did this for both the 3rd inning and the 4th inning Showdowns that were both on All-Star. So this is doable on All-Star. You can do this on that difficulty, but it is much more challenging. And I will also include that playing against Verlander or some of these cards like Garrett Cole, Jacob deGrom can be a little tougher. Sometimes Max Scherzer, the different Showdowns, the different pitchers that you face in this final Showdown can be tough at times. I think that Stage 2 is a little bit easier. You get a variety, a bigger pool of players to draft. In this one, you just get the players from the specific division, so that makes it a little bit tougher. But anyway, we get off to kind of a rough start in this one. The first 3 batters are retired for outs. Now we have a 3-0 count, and this is a good example of what to kind of avoid doing. So I have a 3-0 count. I need to swing at something that is a good pitch to hit. I swung at a pitch that was a high changeup, and that just can't happen, especially after getting the first 3 guys, now 4 guys, out to start off this Showdown. If I have a better approach, if I have a better at-bat there on a 3-0 count and pay more attention to the count in general, and get a base hit or even draw a walk, we might hit that home run out for 2 runs rather than 1. But the main thing is to not get over aggressive. The main thing is to take a lot of pitches. If you notice, Verlander's only at 12 pitches. I've already recorded 5 outs, and I've only scored 1 run. So with that being said, this is not a very good start. This is not what you want to get going right away. Now, also, I want to mention that I don't have, 100% completion rate on some of these Showdowns. I am going to fail this. In the previous Showdown videos, I talked about how to complete it each and every time. And the way to do that would be by getting off to an early start, maybe a couple base hits and a home run, maybe a couple doubles, maybe a couple home runs in a row. Just a good start rather than getting a few outs in a row. As you can see, we have 13 outs remaining with only 2 runs scored. So with that being said, this is not looking like a successful Showdown run. However, it will be, because we're going to turn things around a little bit here. I wanted to provide this as a pretty good example of an up and down Showdown run, I would say. A point where I thought, I might have to restart this. I might have to get into it once again, take the 1,000 stub hit, just try to grind out, the XP that I'm able to get at this point. You're always earning something for doing this, even if you do fail, but you do want to try to pass this so that way you're not wasting too much time. This is the fastest way to do it, but you do have to pass it in order for it to be the fastest way. If you don't pass it, you're wasting some time that you could have been putting towards some individual missions and completing the showdown in general. So in this specific showdown, we actually put together some good at-bats. We scored a couple runs. We need 10 more runs with 10 outs remaining. Now we need 9 after Todd Frazier hits a solo shot. But this is really what I need. Because I put myself in a hole, I need to capitalize on a few home runs in a row. It would be nice if these were more than solo shots, but I'll take it. I mean, anything is better than a double play. Anything is better than a strikeout in this situation. Those are the two things that you really need to avoid. And once we do get the confidence down a little bit, now that we've scored a few runs, hit a couple home runs in a row, we get rewarded on a just late base hit or a just late double the other way. Also, to keep in mind, we do have a couple active perks at this point in time. We have the top secret perk, which helps you hit inside pitches with guys in scoring position. We also have another perk. I think it's an additional top secret perk in this one, but I could be mistaken on that. The best perks, in my opinion, are the heart attack perk, which gives you a contact boost while losing. When you're skipping to the end, that's probably the most important quirk, as well as the quirk that allows you to have a contact boost in an 0-0 count, a 1-1 count, or a 2-2 count. I believe that perk is called the defibrillator quirk. But as you see in this game here, we got something going. We started off pretty slow. We are able to score a few runs here in a row without recording too many outs. So we're down to 3 runs remaining to tie it up. We need 4 runs to win the showdown, and we only have 5 outs remaining. So luckily the confidence is down all the way. This is a situation where you want to get the confidence down, so that way when he throws fastballs down the middle, you get a bigger PCI, you get more perfect swings, you get rewarded on pitches that you might not necessarily get rewarded on if you didn't have the confidence all the way down. And in this situation, you know, we're just one swing away from winning this showdown. So with that being said, I did fail this a few times. I wanted to include that as well. I did fail this, 4 or 5 times on the stream, trying to restart, trying to score these 16 runs with 20 outs. I got to, 10, 11 runs a couple times. I got to 13 runs a couple times as well, and I will include that in this video. But I wanted to show you all that this method is a little bit easier now that they've lowered the difficulty, as well as they made it a little bit easier to just grind out these showdowns in general because they're now all on the same difficulty of veteran. So with that being said, I think that the next stage could be on All-Star. But here we go. We are able to get the vouchers. I'm going to go into the Team Affinity program right now and lock in these vouchers. We're at 10% for the Mariners, and I have the other teams in that division complete. So we have 13 out of 70 for stage 1. I got a little bit confused, I'm not going to lie, on the stream. I completed these showdowns 2 times, and I got up to these vouchers right here that I'm locking in. And I thought that I was on stage 2 when I was at 53 stars as we're moving up here in this clip. I didn't realize right away that I would have to complete stage 1 once again. So what I did was hop into stage 2 against Clark Schmidt, against Brady Singer, against some of those American League players, and try to complete that. I wanted to show the stream that it was a little bit easier to complete stage 2, and they also agreed with me on that as well. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about this showdown method. Have you been able to do this? I have received a lot of comments saying that this method has helped people out. They didn't think that they would be able to do it this way until they actually tried it and used some of the tips. So with all that being said, I think that this method is definitely challenging, but it is the fastest way. I mean, I was able to complete this entire Team Affinity of the Mariners up until stage 2, up until this future star Evan White, in a matter of a couple hours, and that's including failing it a few times. But anyway, here we are down to the last out, or down to the last run with 9 outs remaining against Clark Schmidt. This is stage 2. I wanted to take you guys through this, but as you can see here from this walk-off screen, from this end screen at the very end of this walk-off celebration, I did score 16 runs in that one. That's how you can tell that I skipped all the way to the end. We got the stage 2 affinity vouchers, as well as we did this one more time facing Dane Dunning. I think I did this another time against Brady Singer, but I wanted to keep it straight to the point, skipping all the way to the end. This one was a little bit closer. 4 outs remain. We hit a 2-run shot with Mitch Moreland and scored 17 runs in that one. Back to Verlander. Once I figured out that I needed to get to stage 2 to use the vouchers, we need to get to 70 team affinity points. It's been a little bit since I've grinded those out, but anyway, we are completing that right here. This is just, this type of showdown method will work for everything. But if you notice, I mean, we got off to a bad start in this last one again. 7 outs to start with. We had 13 outs, end up scoring 13 runs in this one, and then choking it at the end. Just blew it at the end there. Did not capitalize, but I wanted to provide, you know, a couple failures, or at least one failure in this one, to show you all that I'm not perfect on these. But for the most part, if you listen to some of these tips, if you're able to execute, having a good approach, having good at-bats, taking until you get into a good hitter's count, or taking until you get a good pitch to hit over the middle, then you will be able to complete this. And I'll be doing this on my live stream over the next few days. I'll be mixing in some viewer games. I'll be mixing in these showdowns against these computers, so that way I can get the rest of these team affinities unlocked. But that is going to do it for this video. Thank you all for watching. That's just some tips and tricks on how to complete the showdown starting from the beginning. But until next time, I'm College Lefty, and peace out.